Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Two Gentlemen of Verona, and we get to hear from Julia again today to finish up Act 4, Scene 4. And Julia is in disguise as Sebastian at the moment, and she has found herself in the service of Proteus, who she's in love with, who used to be in love with her, but he's now in love with Sylvia and wants her, as Sebastian, to woo Sylvia on his behalf, including giving Sylvia the ring that Julia had given to Proteus and getting from Sylvia a picture so that he can moon over the picture because Sylvia really wants nothing to do with him. So Julia ran into Sylvia and the two of them had a conversation. I think that Julia really wanted to hate Sylvia because, for stealing her love's love. But then she discovers that Sylvia wants nothing to do with Proteus and is actually kind of angry with him for forsaking Julia, and Julia starts to empathize with her and sort of appreciate Sylvia a little bit, and she says thank you, and Sylvia's like, wait, what, do you know Julia? So yesterday we had Julia sort of backtracking to be like, oh, I know her, even though her is herself kind of disguised as a man, all that sort of thing, blah blah blah. And at the end of it, Sylvia won't take the ring and feels a little bit bad, and she's like, here, take the picture and take it to him, and if you see your mistress Julia, give this to her in his stead because he's being so awful to her. She says, take my purse or whatever, which I don't know if that actually means that she gives Sebastian some money for this whole thing, but maybe Sylvia gives Julia some money in this and is like, here, take this to your lady, whatever. And Julia says, and she shall thank you for it, if e'er you know her. And then Sylvia leaves. A virtuous gentlewoman, mild and beautiful. I hope my master's suit will be but cold, since she respects my mistress' love so much. Alas, how love can trifle with itself. Here is her picture. Let me see. I think if I had such attire, this face of mine were full as lovely as this of hers. And yet the painter flattered her a little, unless I flatter myself too much. Her hair is auburn, mine is perfect yellow. If that be all the difference in his love, I'll get me such a colored periwig. Her eyes are gray as glass, and so are mine, aye, but her forehead's low, and mine's as high. What should it be that he respects in her, but I can make respective in myself? If this fond love were not a blinded god. Come, shadow, come, and take this shadow up, for 'tis thy rival. O thou senseless form, thou shalt be worshipped, kissed, loved, and adored, and were there sense in his idolatry, my substance should be statue in thy stead. I'll use thee kindly, for thy mistress' sake that used me so. Or else, by Jove, I vow, I should have scratched out your unseeing eyes to make my master out of love with thee. So she thanks Sylvia and Sylvia leaves, and then she takes a moment to wonder what it is that he loves in Sylvia that she herself, Julia, doesn't possess. And since she's now in possession of this portrait that has been painted of Sylvia, she can do a comparison. She's like, I'm just as pretty as she is. Her hair's auburn and mine is blonde, but so what of that? I have more of a forehead than she does, but our eyes are the same color. Is this what it comes down to? Should I tie my hair back farther or wear a wig and then he'll love me again? This is ridiculous. And then she takes her frustration out a little bit on the picture by saying, this picture, this painting is going to be held and loved and kissed when he should be holding and loving and kissing me. But then she's like, okay, I'm going to take this picture to him. I'll give it to him because she was so nice to me. And if she hadn't been so nice to me, I would have scratched her eyes out so that he would fall out of love with her and back in love with me. And that's the end of Act 4, Scene 4. So Yeah, we only have one act to go, which I think boils down to like 4 monologues left. Maybe it's only 3, something like that. Anyway, we're getting near the end of this play, and we need to figure out how all of this gets resolved. Do Proteus and Julia get back together? Do Valentine and Sylvia get reunited? What's going on with the outlaws? All these questions. And these 2 gentlemen of Verona have spent the majority of the play not in Verona. Will they go back to Verona? All these questions that will be answered in the next couple of days. So come on back tomorrow for more. Mwah.